And we're live. How's it going, Martians? Welcome to the report. Hope you all are having a fantastic one. Welcome back. Welcome back. Real quick, I'm going to do things a little bit different before we get into the stream. I'm going to give shout outs to everybody in here first off. But real quick, before we get going today, everybody please be sure to hit that like button so that the YouTube algos start pumping us up, letting everybody know that we're actually live versus just listening to some chill music while we wait for everything to tune up here. So Vet Bro, Legendary, thank you both for always tuning out, especially early. XRP123, Lugnuts, how's it going? Chi in the house. What's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Brian Brenton, Thunder, the Bullable Bear. You're a new one to the stream. I haven't seen your name before, brother, but welcome. You must be Bearable Bull's brother, right? as we were talking in the stream. Peter Vaz, how's it going? HML, okay, but why? I think the question from HML here that we're going to jump straight into is why. One second, I'm going to clap because there's a mosquito here. Oh, Miyagi style, just destroyed him, obliterated. Okay, so to answer the but why is XRP going 25 cents? Because it was oversold, beyond oversold. It should not have ever even gone so low. Now, before I actually even jump into the short-term TA, let's jump out to the long-term because I want to be like, but why, right? But why? XRP still oversold where it's at. Until it exceeds 32 cents, it's still, in its long-term trend, it's still below the 223 on the Fibonacci, all right? So it is super oversold still to this moment. Now, what we're looking at is a more short-term time frame. This is basically like 6 months. It goes back to July, right? So that's why XRP is starting to rise now. And when you think about, or when you really look at it, it's really not anything like crazy yet. You know, even to go to 25 cents would not be a crazy candle compared to what we've seen just recently. I think that it would be about twice as much gains in one day, technically, if it breaks in over one day, right? So we saw 15% then, and if we close today on the 14th rather, so, oh, it's a brand new candle for the 14th today, never mind. So if today's candle from its base then goes up to 25, yeah, that's basically 18%, so it's almost identical to that previous candle. Just be a little bit more, and that'd actually be a good indicator, right? We'd actually want to see that happen because that would be an indicator that we're going to see a third leg up, right? Now let's check out the weekly real quick because I haven't looked at the weekly chart in quite a while. This is going to look a little bit weird because I've got all these crazy lines all over it. But okay, so let me go to a chart because I don't want to delete my lines here. All these little trends that I was drawing out just because they're playing out pretty nicely. I'm kind of proud of myself, you know. Okay, so yeah, we could potentially be forming the second candle of 3 white nights, right? Way too early. It's just the first candle, but this is a brand new week and it's already starting off good. And we had a pretty decent correction over the weekend, over Friday, right? So this could absolutely be the beginning of a second white night. They'll take us up to 25 to even 27 cent range, right? Somewhere around there. We might get a wick even like up into the 29 cent potentially. And I think we actually have some indicators on the shorter time frame that could lay that out for us. So let's get back over to our other chart here on Bitstamp where we got our fibs laid out. All right. So on the daily, we have broken above our high from, what would it be, Saturday, I guess? Or maybe this was Saturday's candle, I believe. It was either Saturday's candle or Friday's candle. Hard to tell because, it's saying this is the 14th. Yeah, technically. So that's Tuesday, Monday. So Sunday's candle, we broke above it. Now we haven't broken above the crazy wick that we had on Saturday yet. So not anything crazy yet. To Eric M., that is like one of the few articles that I found that I want to cover just because it's a great title for a video. It's such a great title, and so many people are going to rage at me for the title of a video that I've got for you guys coming out because of the title of the article I'm covering, all right? So it's not going to be clickbait. It's going to be me covering how absurd the bears are getting now, all right, with their terminology, all right, how FOMO-y the short sellers are getting, right? FOMO as in they want to get those short positions in as best they can because, oh man, it's a falling dagger. You gotta short it now, right? So we'll get into that. But 51 of y'all on the stream, 26 likes. Guys, get those likes pumping up. Let's keep them going. Because every time you guys hit the likes, it seems like every time you guys give me a cycle of likes, the view count just like doubles. Whenever the likes double, the view count doubles. It's kind of strange how that works, but you know, that seems to be how YouTube automates inviting people into the stream. And I got to get better about telling everybody to hit that like. And also, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe and ring that bell so you can be notified of all my content. I know we've been doing a lot more live streams and very few news videos lately, but that's kind of purposeful because, again, there hasn't been a lot of really strong news, a lot of regurgitated news going on lately, a lot of FUD, which is what I'm going to cover in the video that I'm actually going to do now, or I'm going to do after today's live stream. So nothing really too crazy though. But these candles we've seen over the last 3 hours are just nutty growth, right? Check this nonsense out. So we've already broken all of our short-term resistance here, right? Now, as long as this doesn't like collapse like our pump we had over on the 11th did, then this should be finding support at the lowest at 21 cents now. And how's that feel? How's that feel to be looking for support at 21 cents, right? Last time I streamed, what did I say last time? We were over here on the 10th last time I streamed, right? 'Cause it's been a little while. Been a little while since I streamed, you know what I mean? Phillips family. Okay, I'm gonna start my own channel. You're gonna start your own channel, bro. All right, well, everybody go check out Phillips family and his content whenever he starts pumping it out. Let me know when you got some videos up, and I'll direct everybody over. I'll check out your content and see what you got going on, bro. Like to see what it's always good to get more content creators in our community. Honestly, I'm not like some people out there. They're like trying to like turn it into a competition. It's whatever. I support good content creators, and I don't talk about the bad ones anymore because that triggers people. But the cool thing that we had going from the 11th actually that I want to point out here, or the 10th, 11th, is that we were running up, right? And we had just broken past this range here, and I was saying, you know, this was getting overheated, right? Because we had formed this triple peak on our RSI. You see that I drew that there, right? And I was saying, guys, it's going to have to come down and correct. It's going to have to come down and correct down. And what did it do? It corrected down right to the line that we even set at the 2008 or 2008, right? Like that was a perfect one. I wish I put a trade position in there because like that would have filled. That would have totally filled. But oh well. You can't win them all, and I'm not like here to play short positions. I'm just showing short positions, really, like short move positions. That's how I've been analyzing charts lately, and that's why I'm not like getting too crazy with the crazy big price predictions. I got those on the channel. I've done them. Maybe if I'm in a bad way someday, you know, if the views on the channel are just like collapsing, then maybe I'll do like a big price where I go and break down the technicals again for a lot of people who are just coming in, right? But yes, VetBro makes a great point. Resistance is becoming support right now for us, and that's very true. Look at this. So what we had, I deleted those lines. I had a bunch of lines that I had been drawing showing what's going on here, right? So after our pump on the, what was it, the 6th, that peaked out on the 6th, we came down, we created a resistance there on short term till the 8th, and then till the 10th really is when we broke it. And when we broke above it, we only tested it once, right? And then we started using our horizontal resistances as support instead of even retesting this. So it played in a very bullish variation of what actually happened with the movement from the 6th to the 10th in regards to this larger trend here, right? These angles are starting to get more and more pointing more and more upward, right? So like if I get rid of this, or if I move this one, right? And then I draw our ascending support now, right? Which would be from here, be from this guy. Look at that. Look at that. Actually, this is beautiful because it's almost forming a ascending wedge, right? Or not wedge, ascending triangle. Or yeah. It's almost forming an ascending triangle. Like just a little bit off still. We need to confirm that neckline, right? We need to confirm our neckline. It's technically confirming it right here. Like it's technically just about, well, almost just about, like it's like half a cent from confirming this cup and handle shape here on the hourly chart, right? And as I forget who it was that was pointing out, was it Yvette? Somebody was pointing out a while ago that we were actually forming a cup and handle on the daily, right? So this cup and handle on the hourly is a fractal of the cup and now handle that we're forming on the daily. So let's hop out here to the daily. I know we got all kinds of lines all over here. I'm gonna clean up the chart after today. I just wanted to show you guys how. Yeah. So this cup and now handle forming on the daily. So what happens when we break a cup and handle on the daily? Well, let's see the last time that happened. When's the last time that happened? Do we have a cup and handle that's broken on the daily in a bull or in this bear market? No, not on the daily. It's not happened yet. So if we want to know what happens when a cup and handle on the daily chart breaks bullish for XRP, we got to go back in time. We got to go back. Take our time machine. And well, here's a cup and handle, right? This is a strange shaped cup and handle, but this is a cup and this is the handle. Okay, is there another one? Maybe, because that's a bit extreme for me to be projecting that XRP is going to grow like 400%, right? That's a bit extreme. Okay, let's find another cup and handle. Let's find another one, guys. Let's find another cup and handle. There's not one here because this was a bullhorn. I don't know what that's technically called. I just call that a bullhorn because that's kind of what the shape is. Oh, here's a cup. Here's a cup and a handle. And what happened? Oh, well, that's, oops, here, let's get that, 68% gains. Okay, that's a little more believable, right? We can all deal with 60 to 70% pump. That's more realistic than 300. What's up, Ron? How's it going, bro? Cellmate trying to accumulate a bigger bag. Awesome. Aren't we all? I think everybody's, or hope at least everybody is taking advantage of these crazy lows that we've had over the last few weeks, last month, because it's just been buying season. Opportunity has been knocking. Who answered the door? I hope you all have, because if you were listening to Opportunity knocking here back in like the end of December, beginning of January here, you're already happy with that position, at least, right? With that position, you're already up 12. Right now you're up 10%. Try doing that on the traditional stock market. Not happening. Not happening. A lot of us in crypto are spoiled too. I got to point that out, right? A lot of people in crypto are spoiled. People are like, oh, it's only a 7% gain. It's only a 15% gain. Why are you getting so excited? Because it's 15% gain. Try to make that in the stock market over a year. You're gonna get lucky if you do that. Over 2-month period, you might be able to get real lucky if you make a medium term, long term call on a trade position, right? You're not gonna get that in the traditional market. So in crypto, it happens all the time. So it's like the margins that you can trade in crypto are just absolutely nutty. But again, I don't trade because I get too emotional. I get too emotionally attached when I'm trading, and so I'd rather just sit and look at the market. And from a perspective of I'm not trading it, so where do I think it's going in the short term? Because I don't really care either way, because I'm here for the long haul. You know what I mean? But yeah, XRP123 sup. Miss your streams when you were harassing people at shopping malls. Those were fun, indeed. I would do that here. Unfortunately, probably like 80% of people just would not understand what I was asking them, and would probably talk to me in Malay or Chinese, Mandarin rather. DBXRP, how's it going, dude? Couple of streams ago, you talked and wondered about being able to take a loan out against your assets. Have you heard of Nexo? If so, what do you think? I've heard of Nexo. I've not researched into Nexo DBXRP. So somebody was telling me that I need to check it out, though, and you're now the second or third person maybe even to bring it up. So I probably should actually look into it. I need to start branching out and researching outside of XRP in the space too a bit more. Not that I don't love covering XRP. It's just that when the news gets really slow for XRP like it has been, I'd like to still be creating content for y'all so that you know that I'm still out here creating stuff. It's just for me, I like to talk primarily about XRP and about Ripple and about R3 and everything related to the XRP ecosystem, because I've spent so long now researching it that I'm comfortable talking about it, because I'm comfortable enough with the material that I actually know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? And it's and I could talk about Bitcoin in the same way, since I spent so many years studying Bitcoin. It's just for me, I don't support Bitcoin and I don't want to promote Bitcoin. And if I make content attacking Bitcoin and bashing Bitcoin, then that's just going to get me some hate-filled comments that, even though I tend to just tune out the hate when it's really vitriol, and constant, and then it bleeds over into my XRP videos. It's hard to determine if my XRP videos aren't good or what's going on, and then it's just stressful too, even still. So let's see. Ron, if you play with Nexo, be careful, and IMO only put into Nexo a small percentage of your bags. Yeah, I wouldn't really, honestly, I'm not too interested personally in taking out loans or borrowing against my crypto, especially. So that's one reason why I haven't really looked into too many of these, you know what I mean? The Bullable Bear. The damn bear said end of year 2018. Wrong. What's Martian say? For when the market moons, I'm saying 2021, the end of 2021 too. So I'm putting it 2 years out still for when real money comes in. That's my opinion, Bullable Bear, and thank you so much for the $2. I do think that we will see something beautiful in 2020 though, especially with what's going on in the charts right now, right? I think that we should be returning to 2019's high, which was like 49 cents, I think, right? Let's zoom out here and check real quick. Go back to, I gotta go to the daily because it's gonna take forever to roll back if I do it that way. So the high of 2019 was like 51 cents. It didn't go over 50 cents. That's wrong. Okay, it's saying that it tagged 50 cents, but I don't remember us actually going to 50. I thought we were like at 49.9. I thought that we just stopped shy of 50 cents, but here on Bitstamp, it apparently just tagged 50 cents, so just over. But I think they will be returning to that range at any rate in 2020, and that would be that'd be a cup. That'd be the formation of a cup on 2020, right? And so if we return to 50, or we even return to like 78, which was our peak in 2018, well, before like our peak in September of 2018, not obviously the bull market. If we return to that, then we could be seeing a long 2-year essentially play that turns into a cup, and then however long it takes us to print this, maybe like another 6 months to print out this this cup formation, maybe like 6 months. So maybe like June, we'll see 50 to 80 cents. And then after June, maybe we could see a nice healthy correction back down to the 30, 40 cent range where we test what was our resistance down here at 33 cents, 34 cents for the longest time in 2019. Remember that? Remember this strip from December all the way to May where the price did nothing, zilch. We might see the price test that in a cup and handle formation on a yearly, and then that'll play out over maybe a whole year into 2020 or into 2021, and then 2021 we'll see the price just zoom. It'll briefly because here's the thing. Once this long-term trend finishes playing out in the 78 cents, like once we break one of these lower highs and we start trending higher again, as soon as we do that, that's when things are going to go back up just super, super quick. We saw this play out the same way back in 2017, right? As soon as XRP tested its previous range, as soon as it started to go back bullish again, like this is how long it took. We tested a range that we haven't tested in a long while here in March of 2017. We're back at all-time high again at the end of March 2017. New all-time high by April 2nd of 2017, right? Oh, no, wait. This is how quick it took. Okay, my bad. So we broke our what we hadn't seen in like months, almost several months, was a high. And then we tested our range here over the course of a month, right? And then within less than a month, we returned to our all-time high. And then it was that, like, would this take it? We formed the cup or the handle here. If I actually zoom out here, if I go to, let's go to CoinMarketCap and I'll show you, because I can't show you on any time frame on any market because they don't show them. Like no market has that long of a time history. Bull Bear, give me 1 second. I'll jump into your donation and comment. Thank you again for the another $2, bro. Okay, so what we see here is another massive, like this would be like a yearly cup. It's such a large cup. It's like hard to even consider it that, right? Because it's so big. But this is like a massive cup with a tiny little handle here. And from April to like May time frame, March to May kind of time frame, and then it rocketed, right? So again, you see here that we tested this range right here in March. That was, again, you can't really see because it's it goes so parabolic, right? But let me see if I can zoom in here. All right. So this is how long it took. This was a lower high, right? But guess what? This in March 24th broke our lower high. And as soon as that happened, it didn't take it more than 2 months to return to essentially, I think that is even a new all-time high, if not just its previous high. Okay, no. So that was it returning right here in April, the beginning of April, it returning to a previous lower high right here, above all these lower highs, and testing that one. And this was a cup formation, right? On this, like if we ignore the earlier chart here, this is it creating a cup here, which is what I'm projecting it doing right now, all right? And then, I know I'm saying cup and handle a lot, but that's to emphasize how rapidly this can move as soon as we see it print something legitimately bullish, instead of us just speculating on when's it happening, right? So we need more lower highs. We've got so many lower highs, Chi, it's not even funny. We got so many lower highs, I don't even know what to do with them all. We get into higher lows. Okay, so Bull Bear says, end of year 2021, Tommy's PS4 gots to go, last bag. Indeed. Now is, in my opinion, definitely the time to be loading up. But yeah, so like this is really what I'm saying. April to, it's saying here on CoinMarketCap, from April to May is all it took. A whole month is all it took for it to return from this higher low, this, or this higher high rather, this higher high to now testing its previous high, right? And then we got our moonshot right after that. This isn't even the real moon, right? This is, okay, XRP just went to the moon at 40 cents in May of 2017, right? Look at all these people who sold out. And what I mean by look at all these people who sold out, look at how fast the price collapsed. All these people who sold out, walked away from XRP. Some of them were in the chat, and I'm not like attacking you because I apologize that you took profits early, but you know you obviously got fantastic gains. But here's the thing: look at all these people that sold out in May 2017. Like, oh man, we just mooned. We're 4 times higher than our previous all-time high, right? That was awesome. I just made out like a bandit. And then for like 4 or 6 months, you're like, yeah, look at that price. It collapsed. Dead market, right? Dead market. And then what happens? Oh yeah. Oops. Right? Oops. Don't do that. Don't be somebody from May 2017 in 2021. All right? You don't want to be that guy. That's a bad guy to be. All right, guys. I gotta obviously say again, because there's 68 of you in the stream, 15 or 49 likes. Let's get that like count up. And again, if you're new, don't forget to be hitting that subscribe. All right, so let's jump into this one more time, or one last bit here. We're gonna cover the RSI with the current trend, and then I'm going to go over a few articles I have, a few TA articles. They're a bit, the sentiments from both positions. So we'll look at a bullish and a bearish scenario from an expert trader in crypto, right? Because they exist apparently. So experts in a market that's not even a decade old, well, just barely a decade old, right? But you know, whatever. I guess I get to call myself an expert since I've been here for half its life cycle, right? Does that count? I don't know. I don't think so. You should not be listening to me as a financial advisor because I am not one. I just like looking at charts and printing out and trying to plot out patterns. And this is looking good. We seem to be consolidating nice and healthy consolidation where we're staying strong up here as our RSI is correcting here on the hourly, right? So we might get like a second or third top here, but what we want to see, actually, so the RSI has cup and handled here, but that's a little bit low. So maybe and a little bit long time frame. So maybe we'll see a correction in the RSI back to 50, and that would probably bring the price. Let's see here. The price for short-term entries is probably going to be around here, because that's just where we seem to print resistance at, right around here. I'd say right there at 21.5 basically. We should be creating some a support trend here, and we'll see the price probably collapse down here, maybe go flat. It's probably going to trade between 21.5 and this 21.3 range. So this will be our new range of resistance, and I'm gonna get rid of these guys. I'm gonna clean up our chart a little bit because it's just getting crazy with all these lines that I got drawn all over. So we're gonna remove them. Now, oddly enough, this has been playing pretty well, even though the price has moved quite a bit above this range, this longer line that I drew out for us. Oddly enough, it's actually respecting it decently well too. So we'll keep this one. We'll get rid of that other shorter time frame one that I drew out, and we'll get rid of all these crap. Oh no, I got rid of my RSI. Well, at any rate, there's price. No, let's add that back. RSI. No, not symbol, my bad. Wrong one. RSI. Where's my strength index? There we go. All right. Actually, we can look at something else. Let's look at what our oscillator is. Oops. There we go. Let's check out volume oscillator and price oscillator. So let's see what we got going on here. So here's our volume is been all over the place right now, but price oscillator, let's see. So we are forming higher ranges for our price oscillator. We're just above 0, so that's actually a good position to be in. We could actually be seeing a leg higher based on this, because we're in a perfect position for a breakout to something like this where it tries to go back up to like 5 on the price oscillator. So that could be a good position. The volume is running a bit thin though. We are seeing the volume collapse right now. So we'll see how that plays out. So we got kind of like mixed signals here from our volume and our price oscillator and the RSI too. The RSI is suggesting, again, it seems like I always start the stream like right as we're peaking out and it's gonna have to come down. So it's like I gotta be that short-term bearer of bad news, right? But at the same time, it's good. It's a situation where like we're creating these higher lows on the short term, right? And that's awesome. We want to see that, and we want to see it just continue to grow healthily, slowly and healthily. Where everybody should be cool with it just like going flat for a while too, because that means that we're getting a lot of good consolidation. We're creating a lot of strong support in these ranges now. So since it's taking so long for it to grow back up to this 25 cent, we're actually creating a lot of resistance here in the 20 cent as people put entries into the market, right? So that's a good thing. That's actually a fantastic thing to see, that the price is not like just blowing up. Because if it just blew up, then it would do what it does every time the price just goes to infinity. It would just go back down to 0, right? Like it just go back down to nothing. So it's good that we're creating these support ranges here as we climb. We want to see that continue. But yeah, enough of my speculation. Let's hop into an article here. Boop-a-doop. So, was that the first one I wanted to do? Okay. Yeah, so first article here from News BTC. XRP to the moon? ? Critical buy signal flips for only third time during the bear market. So this article is coming from Tony Spilotro, the native cryptocurrency of the Ripple protocol. What? Of the Ripple protocol. XRP, at any rate, was among the worst performing crypto assets to the top 10 by market cap throughout 2018 and 2019. It's among the few altcoins that closed the calendar year at a price lower than it started. However, XRP's woes could be soon coming to an abrupt end if a massive rally is triggered by a recent buy signal, a signal that has only appeared just 3 times on the XRP weekly price chart since the bear market first began. If XRP fell from $3 per token to its current level under a quarter. So moonshot, TD9 triggers buy on weekly. So what's our TD9? So let's jump down here. So following the high on the weekly XRP USD charts, a sell signal was triggered using the TD9 sequential indicator created by market analyst Tom DeMark. The sell signal saw XRP price fall from an all-time high to just 45 cents within 2 months, a staggering 88% drop. Now, just over 2 years later, the same signal on the weekly time frame has flipped buy. Now again, we can see here when it's actually flipped to a buy position, right? So it flipped to a buy here, which was a false signal back in July of 2018. You see, because it was a false because it dumped hard, right? But then it pumped way above that because that shouldn't have been dumped. That was a manipulation here. And that's probably why we saw damn near 300% gain in XRP in 2018 in September. Because bears manipulated the market down, and so it had this like strong rejection back because it just didn't make sense for it to go there. Then it came back down, it corrected back down, and then we got another buy signal just in the end of 2019 in September, which didn't really amount to anything, right? So kind of a false flag again. So this signal for buying is currently 0 for 2. So third time's the charm. Third time's the charm, maybe, right? We'll see. At any rate, so he says the exact same thing. He says that the chart below demonstrates that the same signal triggered 2 other times during the last 2 years of the downtrend. And while each time did produce a short-lived rally, downtrend resistance proved to be too much and a retracement occurred. But the third time could be the charm, especially after 2 years of sell-off. At this point, sellers could be exhausted and an uptrend could form from here, especially with XRP-USD price charts on weekly time frame exhibiting an important buy signal. So XRP BTC sequence reaches 8, ready for liftoff with next weekly candle. And so this is actually kind of interesting because yet again, we've been saying here that, you know, I just spent like the last hour, or the last half hour rather, talking about how XRP is in like this interesting situation where it should be taking a leg up to 25, 26 cents. And if it does that, that's a short-term higher low or higher high. And if we can achieve that, it's also breaking a lot of descending resistances that we have, which should be indication that we're going to see us return to, again, our even more long-term high range around 33 cents. If we can tag 33 cents, you know, again, this is assuming we break 25. So we'll break 25, and that's going to be like an 18% gain, right? And then that's a 5% or 5 cent move, 18% gain. Then we're going to look for it to correct and see it jump from 25 cents up to 33 cents, which is an 8-cent move. And I think that that's about a 24-25% move. I'm not looking at the charts directly, but I think that's about a 24-25% move. So again, we go from a 15% move to an 18% move to a 25% move, and then what do we get? Once we break 33 cents, then we're looking for the leg up to our previous high of 2019, which is that 50-cent mark. And that would be, even from 33 cents, that would be like an 80% gain, something like that, 70 to 80% gain. And that's just the beginning. Because if we return to that, like we just broke down in our previous chart, that's us creating a big bowl, a big old bowl over 2019 into 2020, right? And Starius 2, brother, $5 donation. Thank you so much for the donation. Saw the title, then I orgasmed, bro. You might need to go change your underwear, but I feel it. It's good. It's good to see a lot of bullish indicators coming in the market. So obviously, this article is talking about a very bullish scenario, and I think I absolutely agree, especially with what we're seeing in the charts right now, right? So definitely some good stuff. Let's hop over into our next one though, where this one is over at CoinGape, and it's talking from Dalmas Natish, maybe Natish. I think it's Natish. Okay. So Dalmas Natish is saying that XRP is still bearish as long as price is below this level. So what level is he talking about? So the 20-week moving average is the immediate resistance, which is showing itself here at about 24 to 25 cents from the chart he's looking at here on Bitfinex, right? So this could, and obviously as soon as the price starts to rise, this is going to rise too. So it's probably going to be around 26 cents that we need to surpass to break our daily, or our, what is this, the 20-day you said? Yeah, 20-week moving average. To break above the 20-week moving average. And that would, so that won't move super quick. So if we see the chart break bullish within just 1 week, it'll happen like rapidly. So we only need to move, you know, again, like 4 or 5 cents from where we are right now to break above this resistance range, and then sky's the limit. Even by this bearish sentiment, right? But he says that the 20-week moving average is an immediate liquidation resistance line and has remained so far over the last 18 months. And again, this is showing that that's not technically true though, because we were above it back in May through August, and we were also above it from September to December of 2018. So it's not like, I mean, it's been consistently a resistance, clearly, but for at least I'd say half a year in the 18 months, it was attempted to be support. It was support actually for this little bit here, but yeah, we'll see how that plays out. From the chart, XRP bulls have failed to close above this flexible line following the bear breakout in Q2 2019. In the first week of July 2019, price speculators collapsed below the then support, now resistance line. The aftermath saw XRP sink below the key 18-month support, and price is yet to recover. So XRP up 7.5% in the past 7 trading days. Nonetheless, there are bullish flickers. Week to date, XRP is one of the best performers in the top 10. Although lagging Bitcoin Cash and SV, it is up 7.5% against the US dollar and at break even with Bitcoin. So that's always nice, right? Break even with Bitcoin. But I think we're technically above Bitcoin even. Let's actually check where are we. Bitcoin. Oh, Bitcoin's on a rally right now. That's why Bitcoin's rallying a bit faster right now. I'd have to actually bring up the charts to look at that, but he's probably right, because this was just posted just a few hours ago too, or 17 hours ago. Okay, interesting. So Bitcoin's doing a little bit better than XRP right now, but at any rate, from the daily chart, XRP price are firm above the 20-day moving average, trading above the level for the first time in 2 months. Moreover, January 6th bull bar is conspicuous and trend-setting. Notably, accompanying a bull bar were high trading volumes. Price action didn't build on January 6th gains, but it has actually, as we broke down in the charts, which I've already closed. So let me bring up TradingView. Let me bring that back up here. It's actually built significantly upon that bull rally, because we're actually near our previous high from that rally, and we've now, as we broke down here, we created a cup, and now we're creating a handle on the hourly. So that's actually inaccurate, but maybe he's saying that because it hadn't gotten this green candle yet. So he was more bearish on the aspect of XRP. Whoa. What the heck? I want to see your chart, not there. Oh, stop bringing me to TradingView. Okay, let's see if I can zoom in on this so you guys can see this. Okay, there we go. So he should have actually been eyeing this even then, because even by his own resistances, XRP found support at this key range here. XRP then came up and found support at this key range again. Both that he had drawn out the same, basically similar ranges to what I have drawn too, right? These resistance lines, but they're support. They're acting as support very clearly right here and right here. And so he should have been like, well, resistance has flipped to support, and XRP is looking to form a cup and a handle, but he took a bearish sentiment instead. And that's the safe position from the take, right? Because that's the way that the market's been moving for years now, and so it makes sense that he wants to stick to the trend, because that's the safe position. At any rate, he points out, though, he does say, however, that bears didn't reverse gains made from that from an effort versus results point to a view is bullish. So risk-off traders may accumulate in lower time frames as long as prices are trending above the 20-day moving average or the immediate support. There will be more opportunities if price surge past January 6 high at the back of high trading volumes in a bullish trend continuation. No, actually, there will not opportunities to short. Like, I don't know what he means by that. Because there's opportunities to short maybe if it goes up again, but not to buy. Like, this is optimal buying range right now. Not investment or financial advice, but like if this does finish printing this cup and handle, like it really looks like it wants to so bad. If it prints this cup and handle, you're not getting an opportunity for 6 months, a year, a lifetime to buy XRP at or below 20 cents again. It's done, right? This like, again, this could fail. This could fail. We don't actually get the cup and handle to truly form here by it breaking 22 cents again. It never happens, and it just collapses. Could absolutely happen. But if it does happen, if we get this cup and handle completion, it's game over. It's never going back to 20 cents, or not. It's not going back to 20 cents for at least 6 months to a year, you know. And the only reason we go back to 20 cents is if it fails to break 25 to 27 cent, and we set like a or we like set some. No, it'd have to fail at 24 cents ultimately. It'd have to come up here, break this, and then fail 24 cents, which could happen because, again, as our bearish technical analyst here points out, our 20-week resistance or 20-week moving average does have a strong resistance at that range. So it absolutely could. It could jump. It could create this. It could jump up there and fail. But even still, that'd mean that right now, where we're at right now, you'd be missing out on the opportunity at an 18% trade, 15 to 18% trade. I don't know why. Oh, because I'm going from the top of this. So even from here, it's still 50% trade opportunity at 25 cents when it surges to there and collapses, right? Because it's going to stay in the bear trend. So 15% gains you missed out on. It's going to collapse. And then where's it going to go from there? Is it really going to go back to 17, 20 cents? Or is it going to create a bullish pattern on the weekly, right? Because if we go back up to 24, 25 cents, then guess what we're doing? Just what this shows, right? We're creating a cup. And what do cups look for? Handles, right? So it could go either way from there. It could go either way from there. If it collapses from 25 cents, it could try and set a higher low instead of a lower low, right? But that would technically be a lower low at 24 or 25 cents if it tagged that. So we'll see what happens. We still have at least a week for this to play out. And it could really do anything because it is cryptocurrency. The markets are extremely volatile. They go all over the place, right? So this was the article Nick Chong over on EWN, I think it basically wrote like the same TA up. Nick Chong is bullish apparently. So is he talking about TDs? Yeah, so he also talks about the TD signal indicator as well. His is laying out a little bit differently, but at any rate, per to Mark himself, let's see if I don't think there's anything really new in here. I just pulled up a few the newest price analysis articles that are up. So he's talking about the same thing as our first article, so we won't even cover that. But yeah, let's hop into chat for the next 10-15 minutes. Thank you guys all so much for turning out. Be sure to hit that like as well. And I'm gonna jump into the chat, see what interesting comments and stuff y'all left me. So that since I've been neglecting y'all today, and I'm sorry, I apologize. Jesse XRP World, how's it going, bro? I'll say this: I will be able to buy every person in Los Angeles a BMW should I actually want to, but I'm definitely not going to do that, bro. I hope you get that rich. I hope so, bro. That'd be awesome. The money. It's going to be flowing. It's going to eventually. We just got to wait for everything to pan out and wait for things to tune in. Sly Brethren, how's it going? When XRP hit 30 cents I'll have an 18% gain in my pants. No doubt, bro. It's, this is why we dollar cost average into the markets though, right? This is why I preach it all the time, because if you're dollar costing in and you're buying these lows when you are at like your maximum losses, where you're like crying tears of blood because you've had so much losses, then when you buy in at those lows and the price has a recovery rally, suddenly you realize, wait, I'm not really down that much anymore, because the gains you made off that low purchase start to, level out the losses that you've had from the higher purchases. That's why dollar cost averaging is such a powerful tool. It lowers your average entry price, and the beauty of that too is that then you get to look for higher price multipliers when the next bull run really comes, right? So anybody who's like kind of negative sentiment regarding price not being bullish, or being negative for so long, this is like a gift from God that we've been given to have so much time to buy at these price ranges. That's Chi. Cellmate, when sub 10 cents, anyone thinks single digit possible? Not a chance, bro. That's why. Oh no, I think that you said that afterwards, but not a chance. Not a chance in hell. Hell's gonna freeze over before XRP goes to sub 10. XRP could go to 13 to 15 cents, and that would be testing really, if it goes to 13 cents, then maybe it goes to 0 cents, right? That's my sentiment, because it should not go to 13. It could go to 15 though. It could there's no reason why it couldn't go to 15 and still be a long-term buy opportunity. But if it goes to 13, then there's something fundamentally wrong, and everything that we're being told is a lie kind of situation if it goes to 13. At least unless that 13 cents is like a 1 minute candle, and then it's right back up to like 18, 20 cents because it was so dramatically oversold. But I don't think that's possible, honestly. It's just like, it's not fundamentally or technically possible, in my opinion, to go that low. Let's see. Low has already happened. Jesse's World, I agree. Whales will keep price down so big institutions can buy in. Easy Color Express, that's a very possible scenario. A lot of people and I myself have said in the past that, nobody's going to do that because that's market manipulation, and they could go to jail for that kind of thing, and blah, blah, blah. But, JP Morgan's been doing just that with silver for like decades now. And sure, the Fed's finally filed RICO charges against them, but nothing has come of that yet, right? And it's highly unlikely that Jamie Dimon is going to be held accountable for that, right? Because it's been going on since before he was there. So it's really just going to be the company, the bank, that's held accountable. So the bank will get fined. Everybody working there is going to be like, oh well, we made more money anyways. David Lear at $100 would give you $3 million, bro. At $100, though I appreciate the offer, I don't know that I'll be needing money. If you gave me $3 million, I just give it to charity, bro. But I appreciate that. Let's see. Buy again on the dip. Absolutely. Easy Color Express, always buy dips. Always buy dips, people. That's how you make money. Buy the dips. And if you get to the point where like you have so much XRP, you're like, I don't even need more XRP. Okay, buy the short-term dip so that you can sell that XRP on the short-term pump. Make money while you wait for your real money to come in, right? E-Man, sell 5% at $20, sell 5% at $50, sell 20% at $100, hodl 75%. See, my plan is to sell 5% of my total at a previous high at about $4. I'm going to sell, not 5%, I'm going to sell 1% at previous high. And that will give me basically my entire entry position out of the market, a nice healthy sum of money to sit on for like 3, I'm not going to say how long because then people will be able to project how much XRP I have, but be able to sit on for a nice period of time and wait for the market to really recover and just be enjoying life. And then it's going to rally to $20. I'll sell probably 2.5 to 5% around $25 of my remaining, right? So that's not even like in a total percentage basis to get me down to 75%. No, it'd be like 2.5 of the now 99% I have. So it's actually like 2.4 or something like that, 2.3. And then you sell another 5% at $50. So the same thing as you, actually, 5% at 50. And then I'm taking only 10% off the table at 100 or at 250, not $100. Because if we hit when we hit $50, I'm expecting that the next price range will actually be 250. Beyond that, but that's just me. But yeah, that's a good strategy though. Nonetheless, is to take out small percentages at each of these peaks and hold the majority of your bag for long term, for life. Retire on it. Leave it to your children, your grandchildren. Let them be set for life. Teach them. Hopefully you raise your children to raise children who are intelligent when it comes to money and not just consumers, because most people in this world are unfortunately consumers. They need to learn. That's why most people will not make money though, because they're consumers. Even those who are in XRP right now or Bitcoin right now, they're consumers. They're just waiting to consume. They're waiting to consume their profits on buying a Lambo or a massive house that they won't even be able to afford the mortgage on, or not the mortgage, but the property tax on once they blow all their money on it, because they don't actually have a high enough income job. They just got rich quick off of an investment. They're like, oh, I'm gonna go blow half my earnings on a house or a car that I can't afford to maintain for more than like 3 to 4 years, So don't be that guy. Don't be that person. DBXRP. Wonder how many more days we have before 4 for $1 is gone forever. 4 for $1 is gone forever. Well, right now we're still playing around the almost 5 for $1 range, right? So I think that we're a week away from a quarter for each XRP. Within the next week, we should be at 25 cents. That's why that's the name of the live stream, 25 cents and beyond, because it's going to happen this week. I'm almost certain it's going to happen this week. Everything that we're looking at here on the charts, on the hourly, it says that it could happen within the next day, right? Like on the hourly, it looks like it could literally happen at any moment. But I think that we're probably still 2 or 3 days away from our rally to 25 cents. Maybe only 2. I'm just like trying to keep it a little bit longer than short term, because it could be like 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 days out. It could happen by Friday. It might be a Friday payday, for us. We'll see. But yeah, it's looking really good right now, and I think 25 cents is just kind of like the start, to be honest. So we'll see what it does. As far as when you will no longer be able to buy 4 for $1, that will probably be mid to late February, because once we hit 24, 25, no matter what, even if it's bullish, right, we're going to have to correct, because it's a resistance. We're going to have to correct, and we're going to have to form a cup on a longer, or a handle on an even longer time frame. And that's going to take weeks to play out, right? That's going to take into February to play out. So we'll see what that does. Here, I'm gonna actually get rid of this one, and we'll just keep that. We'll keep that little more accurate one, right? That's probably more so what it's gonna actually look like, and we'll see what it does. Will it break bullish, or will it die? We'll see. But either way, you're gonna have 2 opportunities around 25 to 23 cents, based on the way that it's playing right now, to take profits from your entries in this range, or hold on to them, expecting the price to obviously rocket up to back into the 30 cents, where you'll only be getting 3 for $1. But it's probably gonna be February before 3 for $1 again. People were accumulating at 33 cents forever. That's true, Chi. It was like what, like almost 6 months that we were accumulating, from December 3rd to May 10th. Yeah, so almost basically 5 months basically that people were accumulating around the 33 cent range, 33 cent range. So that's also why that was such a hard resistance for us too, though, right? Because when we broke that in August, that was a big FU moment to a lot of us who had bought so heavy there, and that's why like, you know, YouTube channel views have plummeted. That's why activity on XRP Twitter is plummeted. That's why like everything's kind of like gone into the real crypto winter, as it is, right? The real XRP winter. And it's ironic that that's happening, as we've seen, you know, since August. That's when we've seen the financial institutions actually really becoming involved in the network, right? That's when we saw MoneyGram go live in June or in July, the end of July, beginning of August. They went live, and we saw SBI virtual currency going live. So it's almost like this actually paints even more of a potential scenario that they are manipulating the market down, because they're trying to load their bags up and use their massive amount of money to really dump and pressure the market down as low as they can to scare out as many people like us as humanly possible, so they can get as much of the XRP as possible for themselves. So that might actually be what we're seeing. It's kind of like if you remember with Bitcoin, when the futures were announced, the price rocketed. Why did the price of Bitcoin skyrocket on the announcements of futures, which are shorts? That's people who will be able to short the market. Well, it was people who wanted to get in so that they could push the price up. So when the opportunity for them to short the market came, guess what? They could make even more profit, because they knew that they helped push the market to an unsustainable price. So then they get to bet against the market. And as they take their bet against, they sell their position of Bitcoin, causing a chain reaction, because they have a lot of money, that causes a lot of people, the smaller positions, to capitulate out, and the price collapses. And then they capitalize on those 10, 100, 1,000 X's that they bet against Bitcoin. And now they have all this money, they can pump the price back up again. And then they get to get people to FOMO in, and then they flip the switch again when they take another short position, dump their bags out, and it collapses, right? We're watching the exact opposite. In my opinion, we're actually watching the exact opposite play out right now with XRP, with what's going on with them. So that might actually be another indicator of what we're seeing. So let's see. I think I'm just gonna keep buying until I have 100,000 XRP. Michael Cobb, that's probably a sound position, bro. That's mine. Chi-Town XRP, yes sir, still in Malaysia. I'll be here for quite a while. I'll be in Malaysia at least until the middle of February. Like the 15th, I think, is when the 15th is when I'm intending to fly out, and I will be going to either Thailand or Indonesia. I still haven't bought my ticket. I still haven't set in stone which I'm going. I'm probably going to Thailand personally, because I'm aware that I can actually get like really good internet signal there. It's just as cheap and affordable in Thailand as it is here. So I'll probably be headed there, and it'll probably be a little bit of an issue, since I think there'll be an hour time zone change, but we'll see how that works out. Let's see here. Chris A, don't exactly know what that is, but I'm going to stay sub to him just to show support, and maybe if I watch him enough, I'll learn something. Chris A, what were you confused about? Let's see here. Oh, I mean, I wish I could understand this, but sadly I don't. But I do build RC cars, which is kind of like engineering. Oh, that's cool, Chris. Yeah, TA, technical analysis is, it's a really complex thing, honestly. And I think that's why like a lot of people try to say that technical analysis is like an art, or that it's not like reliable. And in crypto, it's not always reliable because there's a lot of manipulation. But at the same time, there's a lot of things that, like, basically you just are able to go off of and look at as many indicators as you can regarding technical analysis. And the more indicators you can observe and you can determine between whether they're giving you bullish or bearish signals, then you weigh, okay, how many bullish signs do I have? How many bearish signs do I have? And then you're able to take away like some degree of certainty, like whether it's a 30% chance of a bullish outcome, or maybe a 70% chance of it going bearish, right? Something like that. So it's all just based on percentages, probabilities, things like that. And when you see like all these different things that are all over the screen, like the rainbow colors, that's Fibonacci's, and Fibonacci's are ranges that the price will trade within at any given time based upon its previous trading price range, right? So like you'll see here, we'll go back to this one. So this is like our longest running fib range that we ran in for almost a full year. What you'll see here is that the price, it moved when it came into this range, it moved in this gray range for a while. It found support, it tried to stay within this range for a while, but it collapsed back here, and as soon as it tickled below this a second, third time, then it collapsed into this range here. And so it had a massive sell-off into here, but then because it fell into here, it wanted to test and it found this trade range, right? And so that's basically how the price moves. It fell back into this range because obviously it didn't, it had a heavy dump in the first place, fell back in, and this caused, again, same thing that happened here, a FOMO out. And so the price obviously wants to return into this light blue range. It did. It even went back into the blue for a little while, but it found resistance ultimately here, and then it came back down. As soon as it tested below here, it was done, back into the green. And so that's really what the Fibonacci's are. They're really just showing you likely trade ranges. The green band also, the green and light blue band are typically, if you draw like a really, really long chart, that's where most all of your trade action should happen, because the 0.5 is like your middle of your prices. So that's where you should be seeing it, right? Now, where we are right now with this Fibonacci that I'm drawing right now, this is like a really short term. It's only 6 months, and so that's why the price isn't in the green yet. Hopefully it doesn't go into the green, but even if it does, we're only going to 13 cents down there. But we're finding support at the 50 right now, and that's good. This is like a long-term bullish situation for your Fibonacci to bounce off the 50, to find support on the 50 instead of going below it. Because if you look on virtually, it didn't happen here, but if you look at our previous ranges, it continually broke the 50 on the Fibonacci, right? Right here it broke it, and so it collapsed. Don't move that. Right here it broke it again, right? And so it just collapsed. But we're not breaking below it on. Oh yeah, I guess we did. We did shatter it here, right? So we broke it right here. We went below it. We didn't find support on it, and so that's why it's collapsing collapsed like it did. And luckily it hasn't collapsed in here yet. It's actually returning back into this range here, which is above our 6.1 on the fib. So that's good. That's a good thing that it didn't break below, and it's returning to a higher Fibonacci zone. So just another bullish situation, right? Chi-Town XRP, you think the elites are going to allow all of us to get rich? Something's up. We are a small community, though, even smaller on a global scale. Yeah, Chi-Town, you just explained it perfectly, right? Why yes, the elites are going to allow all of us, all 50,000 people who have enough XRP to actually get rich if it hits 1,000, or if it hits $1,000. And let's be real, $1 million is not rich. $1 million is pennies in what is real wealth. Okay, people can blow $1 million so easy in 2020. So easy to blow $1 million, not even thinking about it. It's a stupid small amount of money. That's not rich. If you think you're rich at $1 million, guess what? You're impoverished now. And that's the reality of it. You're not rich at $1 million. You might be able to retire. Most people who are in their their late 60s, who are just at retirement age, they have $1 million or close to. At least if they were intelligent in their younger years and invested in retirement and didn't blow all their money on stupid crap. $1 million ain't crap, bro. So they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop 50,000 people from making $1 million. That's nothing to them. That's pennies. The elites don't give a damn about you making $1 million. That's pennies. Yeah. Most houses in California are $1 million. It's nothing. Can I borrow a penny? Yeah. Just ask Trump. He believes $1 million is a small loan. So that's point in case, right? Donald Trump says, my father gave me a small loan of $1 million. That's a small amount of money to the rich, to the real wealth. They don't give a damn, bro. They don't care. So you can have your million or your 10 million even. Have your $10 million. Have it. It's chicken feed money. Jesse XRP's right. Or says it straight. So they'll let us have it. There are some of us in the ecosystem who will have a lot more than that, hopefully. Especially if XRP hits, multiple thousands of dollars, right? If it goes to 5,000, not just 1,000 at its peak, and that's retirement age kind of thing, then even there, some of us might be like 50 million, right? I think that there's probably 5 to 10,000 people, maybe 20,000 people somewhere in there. I haven't run the numbers. Actually, let's look at Ledger Exposed, and we'll look at the exact numbers here. Rich list stats. All right, so at $1,000 XRP, there are there's about 75,000 people. That's not a lot of people at all. 75,000 people between these groups here. And let's be real too. Anybody in these blue ranges, these top, probably 2,500 wallets, these guys, most of these are exchanges, creators of Ripple, big wealthy individuals already. These people who are putting in, $500,000, $1 million, these are wealthy people already. These people have big money that they can afford to lose $1 million on an investment, right? As of right now. So those people, they're already on the inner circle if such a thing is real, right? So those of us with 10,000 or more, though, 75,000 people at most, they don't care about that. 75,000 people that have between at $1,000 would be 10 million to 30 or to $300 million, right? And 300 million, that's a good chunk of change, right? These 1,000 people, yeah, or even these this 10,000 people up here, right? These guys, they're gonna have a nice day. They're probably got somebody watching them, right? These 10,000, because $100 million, you can make $100 million work for you, and you can go blow money, and you don't even have to worry about money because you're making more off your interest off of that money that you reinvested than you're able to spend, really. Look at Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp buys islands for lulz because he can't blow his money because he has over $400 million, and so the interest he bears on that money from the money he has invested makes him more than he can spend, and so that's why he's he adorns himself in his wealth. It's stupid when you get to that kind of money, right? But still, even Johnny Depp is not crazy money. You know what I mean? He's got a lot of money, He's like one of the richest actors out there, but he's still not like big money. And think about that. Think about that. There aren't even 10,000 people in this that could be Johnny Depp rich from investing in this for half a decade. Because most of these people, I promise you, they've been in since probably like 2014, 2015, right? Johnny Depp is now broke from buying wine, or so I hear. Yeah, he buys wine. He's been buying like the most expensive wine on the planet. He dumps it out because he can't spend his money quick enough. He's actually he's definitely not broke. But that's funny, Andrew. Yeah, I was listening to him talk on on Joe Rogan, and I was just like, I was actually like almost appalled at how rich he is. Like, because I never realized before I was watching his Joe Rogan interview a few, I think it was last year, or maybe it was 2018 that he did that interview. And I was just like, what the hell? That's crazy. But yeah, exactly, true. People with 100 million treat 1 to 3 million like trash servants. Yeah, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? But yeah, so Fadi Hawale, another tease? What do you mean another tease? No, we're definitely going to it. Oh, you mean the tease of it going to 25 cents? I mean, I don't know, because here's the reality, right? We still have not confirmed this neckline. We're not confirmed it yet. It's close. Like, look at this. Oh my gosh, guys. It's climbing to it. It wants it so bad. Even in this hour since we've been doing the live stream, it wants it so bad. So bad. It's gonna do it. It's gonna do it. Maybe, right? I think that it's really possible. I don't know. There's a lot of indication going on right now that we could go in the 25 cents within the next 6 hours, depending on what this does. If this actually breaks above this green line here in the next few hours, it's, as Digital Asset Investor likes to say, it's on like Donkey Kong. And it is. It's like, this is, I think that we've been in a bear market so long, it's hard for me to really just commit and say, guys, we're going to the moon, right? Because I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that one that's just like, we're going to the moon. Because I was that guy for a long while. I tried to keep the hype alive, but I'm just trying to be more realistic now. And it's looking good. It's looking good. That's all I'm going to leave it at, right? It's looking so good. So stay optimistic, guys, because I think we're in for something fantastic. But we're well over the hour mark, guys. I thank you all so much for tuning in, as always. So please, as always, if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe and ring that bell. And I'll see all of you guys in tomorrow's stream. Again, I'm going to cover an article tonight. I'm actually going to, like, as soon as I end the stream, I'm going to record this video. So do expect a video tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern Standard Time. And don't get mad about the title. Everybody that's in here, just be warned. It's not as bad as the title's going to be. I'm going to be tearing down some FUD, but the title is going to be fuddy as hell. And that's partially because I've noticed that when FUD is released, whenever people get fuddy, like whenever the FUD articles come out, whenever the FUD videos come out, that's when the price rallies. So I'm just going to contribute to this price rally by making a FUD clickbait-ish title. But it's not really clickbait because that is actually the title of the article I'm covering. So thank you guys all once again for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up on your way out if you haven't already. And I will see all of you in tomorrow's live stream and in tomorrow's video. As always, on Mars.